Yeah, I hope just don't tell my story, but I hope have opportunity to God speak it through my life. I'm gonna try do a review, and yeah, it's a pleasure to have opportunity to tell, because what I live it until today, I think it's an opportunity, like God is showing me something about His presence, about the relationship with Him, and about faith. So I think my whole life, the points, I'm going to show you some points, but it's everything about faith. And right. So I try to make points. Hold on. All right. So I'm gonna try explain my life until I come here, and I divide. Oh my gosh, it's here now. Yeah. So, yeah, I try to do a review, and I want to tell about my life in 3 different steps. So, my life in Brazil, I want to be super quick so you understand what happened in the second step when God showed me other things, when God changed my life and showed me to come here and learn English, and how I prepared to do that, and then my life here. So in Brazil, when somebody asks me about my life, hey Vivien, what do you do? What is your job? Usually my answer was actually I have 13 priorities in my life. If you are asking me about what I do, I have 13 priorities. So I divide my life in Brazil. I can do a review, because the most topics is about church. I grew up in a church. My family is a Christian family. My father is pastor. So it's not just job and college, but I had the most points in my church with, yeah. So the last important point was my internship from my school. I had 2 internships about water, contamination of water, and the other one was solar header. That's from my college. The other point, Revolutionaries of the Love, it's evangelistic group. The other one was other group to do evangelist, and then my job, and then my college in the middle. And then the number 7, 6, and 5 were my bands in my church. And the number 4, it's ministry with university students. The number 3, Xadrezão, it's a name. It's a Christian small group in my college. And I started this group, so I loved this group, and I try have a passion with them. And the second, my family, and the first one, relationship with God. So my life, it's a review in a church. And all right, I'm gonna show super quick about what I did. So in my church with the bands, yeah, everybody knows I play keyboard, and that's one band. It's more young band in my church. The name is in English Secret Place, Portuguese Lugar Secreto. Yeah, we played in my church. The other band is a girls band. The name is English Masterpiece. In Portuguese, obra-prima. We are just humans. And yeah, and the other one, it's a guy. He participated many years ago he participated of a group. The name of the group, this band, is Koinonia. I don't know who knows Koinonia. It's old. Yeah, and he.
Thanks. No.
Yeah, and he made some famous songs that we have, like Algo Novo Sempre Acontece, like old songs. Ele é o leão da tribo de Judá, Jesus, o nosso general é Cristo. Yeah, like I love these songs. And yes, I had this opportunity to play with him, and everything is a pleasure. What I received in my church, what I can serve in my church, everything is a pleasure. And yeah, I learned a lot. So that's with him. And the other ministry is evangelistic ministries. One is the name is Revolutionaries of the Love. I showed. We are friends from my church, and we like to teach about God, about love, the love, like with action, not just with words. So we like to go on streets and show God, like doing crazy things, like talk with the people on the street. Hey, God love you. Like we like to have a challenge to speak while our day. We like when we are going to the job, and if we see somebody on the street, we can say some crazy things to maybe change their days, like God loves you and God bless you, and smile. Anyway, the other group, it's our focus is pray on public place, and they are from my church too. And every Monday we meet to pray, to offer pray on streets. All right, about my ministry with university, I received this last year. My church, we have a pastor, ex-pastor, young pastor. His name is David Lago, and he created a ministry. The name is Confraria Universitária. This, and then he changed his city. He went to São Paulo, and he gave me the ministry to continue. And for me, it was like, what? I am a babe. I am a child. But yeah, I received it, and I started to have a focus with this. So I invited one friend to help me, and the church introduced us in like a leaders of the Confraria Universitária. That makes sense. And yeah, I started to have a focus with university studies. And for me, my life is church, college, with ministries, with students, and yeah. Yeah, that's the guy, the pastor. And I've got now about my job. My job is in a church. My church, yeah, my church has a TV channel, and my pastor invited me after my high school. He invited me to help with the channel. So I work there. We have a lot of programs, like this is about songs. I don't know who knows Salomão do Reggae. Mm-hmm. We had like a lot of opportunities to meet some people, and yeah, to know about. I have a lot of opportunities to meet people and like learning more about God in different areas, in my job, in my college. Anyway, and oh yeah, we have a program in my TV to just to show, introduce my church and to tell about my church and to tell about our events. So I am like a host TV in this church. It was other opportunity. So everybody who think about Gethsemane, oh, they they introduced us Gethsemane. So, yeah.
Gethsemane is the name of the church.
Gethsemane is the name of the church. Yeah. And about my college, I study engineering, environment engineering. And as I told, I started a group in my college to just tell about God. And I invite some friends, and then we grew up. And because of this is my first priority about ministries, because we were like loose in your university, and I always had a will to show God in your universities. And yeah, I have this opportunity, and now we are like a family. The name is Xadrez Não Sei Tampa. Anyway. Yeah. And this is about my internship, contamination of water, and the other one is about the solar header. So yeah. So as you can see, I accept all things to do. Like, Vivien, you want to do this? Yes. Vivien, you want to do this? Yes, yes, yes. And it's a pleasure for me. I love it, and I say all the time, God, me, I received these things. It's a pleasure, and I have, I can do this now. So I am young, so let's go. So I had these all things, but something happened in last year in a camping for my church. So I want to tell about this, because God changed my life and my folks. I had experience in this camping. Well, so what happened? One pastor prayed for us, and in his prayer, he said, God is doing new missionaries here. And when he said this, I started to shake, and involuntarily, and for me this not common happen in my relationship with God. When this happened, I know it's him, and I think about God. Me, I have a lot of things to do, and I thought I was right in my way, and I have to change. And how can I be missionary, and who is missionary? I don't know. I thought I know, but I don't know. I have to know more about to be missionary. So after the camp, I talked with the pastor and missionary woman from my church, and I asked to her, what is to be missionary, and who is missionary? I want to know more about these two. Maybe understand what God wants for me. And she said, Vivien, to be missionary is just you talking about God in a different place with different people, not your area, but in a different area, and tell about Jesus. It's easier than you can think. And I thought, oh, maybe I can do this, maybe. But you know, when you don't feel like I love this, I didn't feel that. So for me it was like, why is God if I don't feel this? But all right, I'm gonna pray about this, and maybe I'm gonna search my next step. And when I prayed, I remember I left the pastor room, and I received a call from my friend. Her name is Karini, and she said to me, Vivien, I really have to talk with you. Do you have time? And I said, yes, what happened? And she said, Vivien, we needed to back with the Revolutionaries of the Love, the group. We stopped to meet, and she said, we have to back. And I said, all right, that's it. And she said, yes, God showed me, let's do it. And I said, wait a minute. Karini, do you think the Revolutionaries of the Love is a missionary group? And she said, oh yeah, I think we are like a missionary. Yeah, because we talk about God. And I say, oh my gosh, so I love to do mission. And then I was excited with this. So in this day at night, I told to my mom about the situation, and she said, Vivien, you are doing mission in your university with students. And I said, oh my gosh, I love to do mission. So I start to, oh wow, so that's my area. So what do I do? And I back to talk with the pastor, and her name is Gislene, the pastor, and she in this day, she introduced me YWAM with the program about ELC. So she knew it, I needed English, and she said, maybe you can learn English and you can have a connection with mission. No missionaries be in the area, so maybe. And when I saw the program, ELC, I was really excited. Oh my gosh, that's perfect, because this can help me with my university and my project, the English, and this can open other doors for me. So I think that's it. So I'm gonna pray about that. But then I saw the price. And for me it was like, all right, my parents they don't have money to give me, so I had to get for myself, my own. So I said, God, really, I don't know how I have to get my own money, and I don't have time to do more things. I don't know what to do. But all right, I'm gonna try to do something. So I made a list with the main prices, like the price of the ticket, the airplane ticket, the course. Yeah, I remember I made this list, and when I done this list, I discovered other points. I discovered the international insurance health. Everybody knows about that.
International health insurance.
Health insurance. Yeah. And when I saw this, I was like, I can't do that. It's more money. And this made me more crazy, because I was like, I don't have money, and I have this insurance. I don't know what is that. I